students, today we will start the fourth lesson, waste generation. What do you mean by waste? Commonly we will say that any discarded material we will call it as waste, or a material which is of no use we call it as waste. But according to Basel Convention, anything or any object or substance which is disposed of or which is required to be disposed according to the provision of international law. So what are the types of waste? Based on the nature of the waste, so we will classify them into solid waste, liquid waste and gaseous waste. So what kind of waste we call it as solid waste? Mostly the waste that is generated from the houses, hotels, etc. Contains leftover food, water cans or milk packets, newspapers, food, vegetables, peels of vegetables, fruits. We consider it as a solid waste. Liquid waste, the sewage water that is generated from the houses or hotels, or the effluents that are released from the industries, or industrial waste water that is released into the water bodies, we will consider it as liquid waste. From the industries, more smoke will be released, and that smoke contains some gaseous substances like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and etc. That kind of waste we call it as gaseous waste. So these are the three types of waste that are classified based on the nature of the waste. Now, depending on the decomposition of the waste, we will classify them into biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So mostly municipal waste or domestic waste is our agricultural waste. We call it as biodegradable waste as it decomposes easily. So the waste that can be decomposed to form a useful product, we call it as biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste, the waste that cannot be decomposed, but like synthetic materials, plastic, paper, plastic, etc. We call it as non-biodegradable waste, as this waste cannot be decomposed. Now, what are the sources of waste? So, from where the waste is generated? Mostly the domestic waste are municipal waste. So, domestic waste or municipal waste is the waste that is generated from the houses, hotels. So, from the houses mostly peels of the vegetables, leftover food, milk packets, bottles, bulbs, etc. Next is agricultural waste. So the remnants of the crops, fertilizers, pesticides, or coconut shells, or the husks. So that is removed from the grains. So usually we consider it as agricultural waste. Industrial waste. So industrial waste, it may be metallic waste or any harmful substances that are dumped on the land, or effluents that are released from into the water bodies which contain some toxic chemicals, or gaseous substances that are released from the industrial waste like carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, etc. So next one, construction waste. So during the construction we are using more waste, that is it may be marble, sand, gravel, glasses, glass pieces, pipes, asbestos, so many waste we consider it as a construction waste. Mining waste. So mining, during the extraction of minerals from the earth crust, so it contains some earthly impurities, and with that some other impurities will be present, that will be considered as mining waste. And even during mining operations some waste will be generated, so that will cause us more damage to the environment. Biomedical waste. So the waste that is generated from the hospitals like syringes, bandages, expired drugs, pathological samples, we consider it as biomedical waste. E-waste, electronic waste. All the electronic gadgets after the usage, it will be dumped, that will be considered as waste only. After the usage, whatever the leftover thing it is there, so that is considered as electronic waste. Next one, radioactive waste. So the waste that is generated from the nuclear power stations or cancer research institutes which contains some harmful radiations, it will be considered as harmful nuclear substances, we consider it as radioactive waste. And last one, toxic waste. So the waste which causes more damage to the environment and it causes death to human beings, we call it as toxic waste. The batteries, lead batteries and other things, we consider it as toxic waste. Now we will discuss about the treatment of waste. So what are the methods that can be used to treat the waste? The simplest method is open dumping. So that means we are dumping the waste in the open areas or open lands. So wherever we will find the open areas, we will dump the waste. So that kind of treatment, we call it as open dumping. So it is the cheapest method and it does not require any planning, because we are not we are not planning anything, just we are dumping the waste. What are the disadvantages of open dumping? It causes foul smell. It becomes the breeding ground for many insects and rodents. So it also causes foul smell, as it reduces the, it starts the decomposition of the waste, and also it reduces the aesthetic beauty of the area. And the burning of the waste in open dumping not only causes land pollution but also it causes air pollution. And during rainy season, due to runoff of this waste water into water bodies, it will contaminate the water. It contaminates both soil and water. Now, what are the impacts of waste accumulation on the land? Definitely, when you start dumping the waste on the open lands, so it causes, it starts decomposing, and due to decomposition, it causes foul smell, and it acts as breeding ground for many insects, flies, and rodents. It reduces the aesthetics or beauty of the land, or it causes soil pollution. And accumulation of waste, if it contains any non-biodegradable waste or toxic waste, then it may lead to biomagnification. And due to runoff of this waste into water bodies, it causes eutrophication. Now, what do you mean by eutrophication? Are the algae formation in the water bodies due to the increase in the concentration of the nitrates and phosphates. So we call it as eutrophication. So the growing of algae increases in the water bodies due to the high concentration of nitrates and phosphates. So we call it as eutrophication. So this is one eutrophicated water body. So what are the effects of eutrophication? Definitely it reduces the oxygen content in the water bodies, and that will causes the death of aquatic organisms, and it depletes the oxygen level, and it degrades the destruction of aquatic life, and the penetration of the light will be reduced into the water bodies, and that affects the living things or aquatic organisms. Next term, which is very important, that is biomagnification. Biomagnification. So the increase in the concentration of toxic substances in the food chain, or the introduction of toxic substances into the food chain and causes damage to the living organisms, mainly we call it as biomagnification. So mainly biomagnification is caused by the excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides and dumping of toxic waste on the land. So what are the impacts of biomagnification? It causes cancer-like diseases, respiratory disorders, birth defects, and also it affects the reproduction and development of marine creatures. It also affects the coral reefs, completely disrupts the food chain. Next, this is how the biological magnification or biomagnification we will say. So due to the pollution of water bodies, So here this is producer. In producers, if it biomagnification, so only 2 parts per million. But when it gets transferred to the next level, that is a consumer, so then it will be 5. It will be increased by 3%. Then it will become 200, and at last it will become so. Like that, in the food chain, due to biomagnification, the organisms will be affected. So from the lower level to higher level, it goes on increasing at a drastic rate. So that causes more damage to the living organisms. So toxic waste or hazardous waste. So what is the meaning of toxic waste or hazardous waste? So the waste that can causes injury or birth defects or death of living organisms is called as toxic waste. So the waste that causes injury or birth disorders or some diseases which causes death to the living organisms, we call it as toxic waste. So examples for toxic waste: car batteries, which are lead batteries usually, and light bulbs. Here used motor oil also, it is toxic in nature. Okay, and pesticides. So pesticides, especially chemical pesticides, are also considered as toxic substances or toxic waste. Now, what are the impacts of toxic waste? So, toxic waste mainly it causes birth defects and abnormalities in the children, especially genetical mutation, physical deformation, and especially it reduces the soil fertility, and mainly it causes eutrophication into the water bodies, and that causes more impacts on the aquatic organisms. Landfills. So in the open dumping, so we have learned that so wherever we have the place, so we will dump the waste. So it does not require any planning, but it is little bit different from the open dumping. So here also we are dumping the waste on the land, but in different way. So we are digging the land by 3 to 4 feet, and we are dumping the waste in that land, and we are closing with the soil. That method we call it as landfills. So we are digging the land 2 to 3 feet, and we are dumping the waste, and we are closing with the soil. So when you are closing with the soil, definitely it will not cause us foul smell, as a decomposition takes place beneath the soil, and it also prevents the leaching or any other. And in some countries, they will close with the clay or plastic things to prevent from the leaching of toxin. Leaching is a phenomenon where or leachate is a substance which is a soluble toxic waste. The soluble toxic waste we call it as leachate, and the process of formation of leachate we call it as leaching. What are the advantages of landfills? So definitely it does not cause us any foul smell, and health problems will be reduced, because in open dumping more it will become a breeding ground for many insects, and that will be prevented. So no foul smell, and health problems are also reduced, and even pollution levels also reduce, and this site is completely covered with the soil. So if impacts of especially effect of insects and rodents will be reduced, and these landfills after the conversion of after the generation of biogas, because from the decomposition of this waste methane gas will be evolved. That methane or biogas is formed. That biogas we can use it for as a fuel for the cooking and other things. And even this biogas, it is an eco-friendly fuel, so that will help in preventing the pollution levels, and spreading up of pathogens will be reduced. And after the decomposition, you can use that land for agricultural activities, as the land is enriched with the nutrients. Disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? Definitely landfills, even though it will prevent as foul smell and other things, but during the decomposition it releases greenhouse gas, that is methane, and if it enters into the atmosphere, it will causes global warming, and even carbon dioxide produced, that will also causes global warming. So that is one important thing, because during the decomposition of this waste, mainly two greenhouse gases will be evolved that will cause us global warming. And greenhouse gases, especially sanitary landfills. Sanitary landfills generates leachates actually. Sanitary landfills, it generates leachates that will affect marine environment, and also it may enter the agricultural lands and it will reduce the fertility of the soil. And even it if it leachate enters into the agricultural lands, not only it will affect the land but also it affect the public health also. And during the rainy season, due to runoff of this one, it may enter into the food chain and affect the human health. So by this we come to the end of the first part of waste generation. In the next class I will continue with the treatment of waste.